It was a rainy evening when Laila finally decided to settle in after moving to her new apartment. The room smelled faintly of dust and old paint, and the soft patter of rain against the window felt oddly comforting. She had been waiting for this moment for months, a fresh start, a new chapter. But as she pushed a loose brick in the corner of her living room, her fingers brushed something unexpected. A small, yellowed envelope slid onto the floor. Curious, she picked it up, turning it over in her hands. It bore no name, only a faded wax seal that seemed almost ancient. Her heart began to race as she carefully opened it. Inside, a single page revealed a message that made her stomach tighten. Some truths are buried for a reason, but now you know. She froze. The words were deliberate, almost chilling. Who had left this letter? Why was it hidden here? She had lived in this apartment for years and had never noticed it. That night, she heard a faint knocking on her door. No one was there. She checked the hallway, but it was empty. The city outside was silent except for the rain. Laila tried to tell herself it was just her imagination, but a creeping unease settled in her chest. She had awakened something. She just didn't know what. The next morning, Laila started noticing oddities she couldn't explain. Drawers she had closed perfectly the night before were slightly ajar. Keys she had left on the counter now rested on the windowsill. There was a faint perfume lingering in the air, floral and sweet, yet completely unfamiliar. Her neighbor, an elderly woman named Mrs. Rao, noticed her unease. Some walls hold secrets, and some secrets find their owners, she said softly. Laila tried to laugh it off, but the words echoed in her mind throughout the day. That night, she began hearing footsteps above her apartment, slow, deliberate, always at 11:11 p.m. At first, she thought it was just another tenant, but soon she realized the pattern was too precise, too intentional. Then, slipped under her door, appeared a second letter. Curiosity is dangerous. Some doors are better left closed. Her apartment, once her sanctuary, now felt like a labyrinth filled with invisible. Unable to resist, Laila began investigating. She examined the wax seal carefully, old but unmarked. She scoured apartment records, trying to find any previous tenants or clues about the building's history. What she discovered chilled her to the bone. Several tenants who had lived in her apartment decades ago had vanished without explanation. She began to keep a journal, noting every sound, every shadow, every letter. She tracked the rhythm of the footsteps, the flicker of lights, even the faint movements of the curtains. It was as if the apartment itself was alive, responding to her presence. Laila realized someone, or something, was orchestrating this. She felt watched, observed, tested. Every small detail could be a message or a warning. Her curiosity had set in motion something far bigger than she could comprehend. Days passed, and the letters became more frequent. Soon, objects began to appear around her apartment. A delicate music box playing a haunting, slow melody. An old photograph of the apartment lobby from decades ago. A small, rusted key, its purpose unknown. Each item seemed deliberate, carefully placed to provoke a reaction. Laila began scrutinizing every detail of her surroundings. The rhythm of shadows, the echo of her footsteps, the faintest creak of floorboards. She observed everything. She understood now. This was no random haunting or prank. This was psychological, personal. Every subtlety, every object, every shadow was part of a test designed for her. Her fear began to transform into focus. Patience and observation became her allies as she learned to read the apartment like a living, breathing entity. One stormy night, Laila decided to test her courage. She stayed awake, feigning sleep, as the clock edged toward 2:13 a.m. Then she saw it, a shadow, moving deliberately across the room. It paused at the music box and left a fresh letter on the table. You notice, you endure, you survive. The choice is yours. For the first time, she realized the letters and objects were not threats. They were challenges, a puzzle, a game. The apartment itself was testing her ability to notice, to remain calm, to survive without panicking. Laila whispered to herself, I will not be scared. I will see this through. And she meant it. Over the next week, she meticulously followed the sequence hidden within the letters. Numbers written faintly in margins, dates scribbled in invisible ink, patterns in the movement of shadows, each piece guiding her closer to something she couldn't yet name. Her perseverance led her to a startling discovery, a hidden room behind the library wall of her apartment. Inside, she found journals, photographs, and letters chronicling the lives of tenants from decades past, stories of disappearances, betrayals, and secrets long buried. It became clear the apartment itself was a keeper of history, memories preserved and hidden, waiting for someone attentive enough to notice. Laila realized she had survived the test. The building had chosen her to uncover the truths that had been forgotten. Standing in the hidden room, Laila took a deep breath. She carefully examined each letter, each journal entry, piecing together decades of stories that no one else had known. She understood the building's purpose, not to scare, not to harm, but to reveal its secrets to someone worthy. For the first time, she felt calm. No longer a victim of fear or uncertainty, she now carried the knowledge of what had been hidden for decades. The building remembers, and now so do I, she whispered. Laila left the hidden room with a quiet determination. She wasn't just a tenant anymore. She was the keeper of forgotten stories, the one who would ensure that these voices, long silenced, were finally heard. And as the rain tapped gently against the window once again, she smiled faintly. She had survived. She had endured. She had discovered the truth. Some secrets are buried for a reason, but some are meant to be uncovered. And that was the story of the Forgotten Letter, a tale of mystery, secrets, and courage. Did you feel the suspense? Did the apartment's hidden secrets keep you on the edge of your seat? I'd love to know what you think. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit the like button. It really helps me know that you want more mysterious tales like this. Don't forget to subscribe to Unspoken Stories and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new story. Comment below and tell me, if you found a hidden letter like Laila did, would you open it or leave it where it was? I want to hear your thoughts. Thank you for listening, and remember, some secrets are buried for a reason, but some are meant to be uncovered.